Pistons rookie guard Luke Kennard met with reporters Sunday and touched on a number of topics. Rod Beard, Detroit News. Forward Reggie Bullock is averaging 12.8 points and shooting 59.5% from the field since being moved into the starting lineup. Photo, Carlos Osorio/Associated Press. Auburn Hills, it's a little bit up and then a little down. There have been some surprises and then some disappointments. It's the plight of the Pistons, who are nearing the halfway point of the season with a 20-15 record. There have been wins over some of the top teams in the league, including an impressive one Saturday against the San Antonio Spurs, plus surprises over the Golden State Warriors and Boston Celtics. Then, there were the head-scratching losses to the dregs of the league, the Dallas Mavericks and Orlando Magic, in the past couple weeks. Entering Sunday, the Pistons were one of 10 teams with at least 20 wins and were fourth in the Eastern Conference. Only 10 teams in the NBA had reached the 20-victory mark, and the Pistons are 6-6 against that group. Expectations at the start of the season were just to make the playoffs. So far, the Pistons are exceeding that and trending toward being a top 4 seed that hosts a first-round series. It's weird to think that they could be the only major Detroit sports pro team to make the postseason, after disappointing seasons by the Lions, Tigers, and Red Wings. More, Pistons' best defensive effort garners win over Spurs. Even in the past week, with the solid home win over the Spurs and baffling loss to the injury-depleted Magic, they've shown how up and down they can be. The Pistons have had their own injury issues, with Reggie Jackson slated to be out until at least mid-February because of the grade 3 sprain in his right ankle. Avery Bradley has had nagging issues with his hip and groin, and Stanley Johnson with his back and hip. Through the first 35 games, their greatest strength has been their depth and versatility, with Reggie Bullock excelling since he entered the starting lineup 9 games ago and putting up impressive numbers. Anthony Tolliver has played well beyond his expectations. He looked to be an addition for three-point shooting, but his defensive ability has far outweighed what he's brought on offense. Pistons coach Stan Van Gundy met with reporters Sunday and touched on a number of issues. Rod Beard, Detroit News. It feels almost as if the Pistons haven't hit a good stride yet, though they have bounced back nicely from a 7-game skid with 6 wins in the last 8 games. They're not completely reliant on their stars, as they've been able to excel despite injuries to 4 key players in their initial 10-man rotation. How they manage with Ish Smith as a starter and Dwight Bykes as the primary backup will determine whether they potentially will be in the trade market for a point guard or if they can tough it out with the current roster. If they stumble in the next few weeks, they could be players to look to upgrade at the position. The Monday Drive takes a look at some other issues impacting the Pistons as they head toward the midpoint of the season. Bradley's situation. The TMZ report that Bradley paid a woman to keep quiet about an alleged sexual assault from May when he was with the Celtics is disturbing, but it's, unfortunately, part of the sports landscape.